And welcome to the Bluhdhaven podcast, episode number 59. As always, I am your host, Balfour. Today I'm joined with...
Buddy.
I'm Chris.
And a new guest.
I'm Javier.
He is our designated Destiny dude.
Resident Destiny expert.
Yes.
Something like that.
Yeah. He has a title. We'll make it up.
We're working on
it.
Don't worry about it.
We'll fix it in post.
For the purposes of today, I guess I'll just be the speaker.
Yeah, see, there you go. So today we're going to be talking all things Destiny in the first half of this episode. So I guess what we're going to do is talk a little bit about our experiences with the game, when we jumped in and all of that jazz. So Javier, do you want to kind of talk about how you jumped into the game?
Start us off.
I'll kick it off in the best way possible. Destiny 1 launched, and I hated it. Right at the beginning.
Relatable.
Sounds about
At
right.
the very beginning, Destiny 1 was not my favorite. I remember seeing it in a game store that was up, Katana Games. Yeah. You remember Katana Games? It was a place where you come in, throw down some cash, and they have a back room with all kinds of consoles, and you can play whatever you want.
The big game room thing.
Yeah.
Oh,
That was pretty
forgot
sick.
about that.
And I saw somebody playing Destiny 1 there. They were on Venus, and I remember looking at it and thinking, this isn't Halo. This isn't...
What is this? This is different. This is pretty.
And I don't know. I wasn't the biggest fan. And then a little ditty by the name of The Taken King dropped.
The godsend. The thing that saved Destiny 1.
Saved Destiny as a franchise.
Yeah.
And that's where I got hooked. My friend Josh scooped it up. We played the 360 copy.
Yep.
And blasted through that campaign. And I loved every second of it. I never got to do any of the end game content for Destiny 1.
Yeah, the raids and all that. Yeah, I was in a very similar boat as you. I wasn't there for launch for Destiny 1, but I was there maybe like a month after it came out. Mm-hmm. I got the game and I played through it and I was like, yikes.
Yikes.
This game needs to be polished more, just with the gameplay mechanics. It just felt very rough. And then same as you, as soon as Taken King came out, I was fucking thrown into it. I was spending so many hours in that game because of the Taken King. And even, what was it? What was the third expansion? It was House of Wolves? Rise
of Iron.
Rise of Iron. That was also interesting in terms of story. But yeah, that's kind of where I came in with Destiny as well. So I'm happy that we kind of shared the same thing. And I wasn't able to do any of the end game stuff because I didn't have friends who played Destiny.
Yeah, I had one, maybe two that I can wrangle together for a full fire team if I was lucky.
Yeah, you can do strikes and the small dungeons, but nothing.
Strikes and going out in patrols and shooting things because the guns felt fantastic.
Oh yeah. What about you, Chris?
I played Destiny 1 on the Xbox One, if I remember correctly, near the tail end of its lifespan.
Yeah, because when the Xbox One came out, Destiny did, if you bought it digitally on the Xbox 360, you got a free copy on Xbox One.
I didn't buy it on the 360.
Ooh,
I bought it on the Xbox One. And, I joined super late. I didn't hit max light, nothing.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I played with this guy. I have screenshots still on my Xbox of me, piggyback riding off Banshee at the tower and stuff like that. We have,
if you
I'm
position
praising
yourself
the sun
correctly,
all sorts of fun stuff.
If you position yourself just right, standing behind Banshee, and you do the sit emote,
you
put your arms up like that.
He does like this
on his
knees.
on this. Yeah, it's great.
Somewhere floating around in my Xbox, there's a screenshot of him piggybacking perfectly, and Banshee looking over me like, the goal.
It's so good. I remember the little invincibility. Well, not the invincibility. There's certain paths you can go in some areas.
I'm fucking
where you
stupid.
don't hit the. You
keep going.
Where there's the kill box or whatever. When you fall off the map.
Right.
And then there's a couple places where if you fall in the right spot, you don't die. so you can run around on the bottom.
In the reef, the second the
area.
Yeah, the little what is it? The social area.
Yeah, it's the Tingle Shore in Destiny 1.
Yeah,
exactly.
You would jump off from a spot and would normally go into a kill spot, but if you hug the wall just right, you would glide down, miss the kill area, and just hit the ground.
Take some fall damage.
That's cool.
And you'd just be down there, and you'd see like a whole bunch of names down there, and then if you manage to get down there, you just get to see people rain from the sky as they try to do the same thing.
It was so much fun.
That's awesome. So if you're watching the video podcast, we have been recording for almost 10 minutes now. Totally forgot to press record for the audio or for the video. So I'm sorry about that.
I thought you weren't recording audio. And I was like, oh no.
Nope. Totally recording audio, forgot to record video. But
that's fine.
It's fixed. But that's cool. So yeah, tail end of Destiny 1 for you. And then were you there for the launch of Destiny 2 or did you wait?
I joined the military at that time.
Right. So you were not able to enjoy life.
Yeah. I was out and about a lot though. And when I got out of the army, oh dear Lord, I can't tell you how many days I spent bringing my Xbox over to Javier's and then just playing through the campaign of Destiny 2, the original campaign.
Beautiful.
And he was there with me the entire time. And like we would do fire teams for the campaign because he was like leveling up a different character or something.
Yeah.
And I remember this. I actually yeeted my already established Warlock into the sun just to go back and play it again.
That's right. And it was really funny because it'd be the two of us sitting next to each other on two different TVs, bullshitting about whatever. And then I'm like, whoa, cutscene, shut up.
That's the one thing that's frustrating for me when I'm streaming Destiny.
Tell people to shut up.
I'm just like, I'm captivated by the story. Shut the fuck up.
Yeah, just.
But I don't want to be rude.
Just say it. You're not gonna hurt my feelings because I did the same thing to other people.
Yeah, no, he did the exact same thing. He'd be talking bullshit and like, remember the throw the knife? It was fantastic. Shut up!
Dialogue.
It was. The cutscenes were amazing.
Oh yeah.
The story was really good, and I joined. I don't know, just a few months into Destiny 2.
He was like at the tail end. I think it was approaching Warmind. Was when he jumped down. I think he jumped in before.
Oh, okay.
Before Forsaken had hit.
Yeah, okay. So after Osiris, but before Warmind.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Something like that.
That was a good time to jump in, to be honest.
Mm-hmm. I was able to play the entirety of the original campaign. So
yeah. Plus have all that new content come out.
Mm-hmm.
God, there's a lot of content in Destiny 2.
All right.
Good. Well, Buddy, what about you? What was your first experience with the realm of Destiny?
I think it was you actually mentioned Destiny 2 at one point towards me because I was thinking, hey, you should get an Xbox console so we can play this game together. It's like,
I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Buddy didn't forget about it.
I was like, you know what? I guess since I haven't really bought a console in God knows how long, so I got the Xbox, did Destiny 2. This was when Warmind and Osiris were already out. And they had like a
they had a bundle that was on sale.
Yeah.
For Destiny 2.
And at that time
because I'm pretty sure it was like right before Forsaken dropped.
Right before Forsaken dropped, yes. And did all that. It was fun. I enjoyed it. There was just a lot of things that in my mind personally I was just like I don't want to do this.
It's a commitment.
Yeah,
it is.
It really is.
It is.
I've said this since the beginning. If you do not love the gunplay, how the guns shoot, if you don't love the world around it, you're gonna have a hard time putting up with some of the game's nuances, to put it nicely.
Yeah, I completely agree with that, and I didn't really think about that until you brought it up, where it's like, if you do not like the feel or the flow of your character, you're not gonna like the game.
Yeah.
90% of the game is you doing stuff with your character. It would be really weird to force yourself to do multiple strikes.
I also feel like that's the reason why I don't like playing Titans and Warlocks. I don't like the feel of the characters. Like the actual movement for the characters. Like,
it's fine.
He's like, absolutely not.
We literally have a resident hunter in our group, and we give him shit constantly.
Beautiful.
All the time.
Fuck hunters.
It is constantly. He for some reason falls off a cliff. Go over, pick him up, man, and
shitty ass hunters can't jump over.
Imagine having to deal with gravity as I float away.
as I force gravity to bend in my will.
I have a son.
No, like I understand the. What's the word I want?
It's a camaraderie thing, honestly. Like if you can't make fun of each class.
Oh yeah.
Like,
there's
because he makes fun of Titans. He makes fun of
Warlocks. I make fun of Titans. Warlocks.
I make fun of Titans.
I don't make fun of Warlocks at all. I can't make fun of Warlocks because like
they're space nerds. What do you mean you can't make fun of Warlocks?
Okay, I am a Warlock main, and I can give you plenty of things to make fun of.
Yeah, really.
Just open up and look at the chest armor. Count how many frilly robes we have.
You guys are fabulous.
27.
Okay.
Yeah.
I have about 27 in mine. I'm saying in my chest.
Wait until you
but
continue
they also have some really cool robes.
We'll see about that.
Yeah, there are some really cool.
And then you have
bits
the
of armor.
edgy chains wrapped around your robes and spikes.
Then
and
again,
bones.
The bone stuff for Warlocks is dope.
Yeah.
They have some of the coolest exotics.
Yeah,
Warlocks have the best exotics in the game, hands down.
I completely agree.
However, if you get yourself a nice box of Crayola, munch down on a few, you can find some good playstyles for Titan.
So you're basically calling them
No,
Marines?
there is no play style. It's you run up and punch things.
Yeah,
you're just there's actually a play style.
You're just a tank. You just run in and hope for the best, or you go, oh, hammer.
Well, I don't know, because the Arc Titans are really fun. Because you get to do
the ones that
just
run around,
point superhero landing.
Yeah.
Down, long ass elevator sequences,
like,
and then you just the entire time.
I remember early PvP. That would scare the shit out of me.
Oh, just
running around and you just see a Titan just go whoosh, bong,
the entire time. Oh yeah, it's so good. And now you have to worry about fucking stasis
for days, man.
And they nerfed it.
I'm happy they nerfed it in PvP.
Before you played against it in PvP. It's been nerfed.
Thank God. That makes sense, because when I was playing yesterday, it felt better. Like being in the arena. Because I remember not too long ago, when I was in PvP, stasis was everywhere, and it was such a pain in the ass to get any kill.
Yeah.
So now I'm just going to balance a little bit.
Especially in competitive, if there's not a single Revenant in the game, something is wrong, or they are capping.
Oh, man. Destiny, man.
Fuck the Crucible.
It's a thing.
Yeah,
but you don't like
okay. I don't like
you don't like Gambit?
Right. It has
like for it.
Just enough PvP where it's like bearable.
I think it was just more for the fact that people, well, for me personally, I didn't care for Gambit for the fact that, let's say they had that exotic fucking the worm or whatever it's called, that exotic sniper.
Oh,
Whisper
of the worm.
Yeah, no. Fuck Gambit for that specific reason, and that reason alone. Yes.
Yeah. Whisper was the problem for you.
Whisper was the problem for me.
It wasn't Queenbreaker. It wasn't Sleeper Simulator.
No, it was no, because every time I'm already getting angry a little bit about this. Every fucking Hunter or Warlock would have the fucking Whisper and just hide in a corner when you would try to invade.
Yeah, because I think
their moats.
I think at that time,
I hide in corners if I have two moats. Like I just don't want to die.
But the entire game, though, as well?
Mm-hmm. You got to starve them. Because then that's, 30 seconds where the enemy team only has 3 people?
Yep.
Mm-hmm. It's a legitimate strategy.
So their wave clear time is heavily reduced.
Mm-hmm. Unless they have a super up, then they can cover for it.
Yeah, then it's whatever at that point.
Gambit as a...
Well, because that was a time when Whisper, that mission just launched. Yeah. So, everybody and their mother who was playing that nonstop got that gun. Any invader that came in is just like...
Yeah, that was back when Whisper was good.
Yeah. Back before the war.
Oh, my God.
You brought Whisper, which was the style at the time.
But didn't we got you Whisper, right?
I got Whisper a long time. It's in there in my thing, and I don't use it. So I don't really care for snipers. I'm not a sniper person.
Yeah, but now you got it, so it's all that matters.
I'm not a fan of snipers or hand cannons. Yeah. Scout rifles, it's fucking best of both worlds.
I just like using
I love scout rifles.
Yeah, scout rifles are fun.
Hate snipers.
I like using that exotic Gatling that I got just because of the fact that I can pick up ammo. I can continue that suppressive fire.
Is that the sweet business?
Yeah, sweet business.
I was going to say heir apparent, the heavy one that gives you the shield, but sweet business is fun.
Was that what you're using when we were doing the Wrathborn? Was that sweet business?
That was sweet business.
Yeah.
For the record, we're talking about weapons. All the weapons in Destiny have names.
Yeah. Especially the exotics.
The exotics tend to have names.
The legendaries have.
Yeah, legendaries have. Yeah.
Once you start getting into the blue territory, then you start getting weird. Like they just threw letters down
together.
the stairs.
I feel like they have like a name generator for the blues, and they just go
boop, hit reset 20 times. They're like, that one.
And then for grays and greens, they just don't care.
Okay, can we talk about the blues, greens, and the whites? Because I suppose I should go back even further. There's a new concept that's come out now in Destiny that's been the hot topic, and that is sunsetting. Destiny has become a huge game. It's on its 3rd or 4th year.
I think it's fourth?
Fourth year?
I think it's 4th.
Yeah, 4th year for Destiny 2.
Yeah, for Destiny 2, it's been here for 4 years. And it's just been content after content after content, drop, season. And
Content.
It's starting to hit a bloat point to where they have all these weapons that are not being touched because the meta has already been established.
Yeah.
And Bungie's solution to this was to put a arbitrary cap on weapons. A time gap. Once you have your legendary weapons, you have a ceiling. And the max power is just going to keep going, and eventually your weapon's just going to get left behind.
Oh, shit. Really?
Yeah.
Oh, man, that sucks.
Yeah, if you're going through your vault or if you're looking through your collections, like the little corner that has what season?
Yeah.
If it's a gray corner with the season on it, it's sunsetted.
Oh, fuck.
Mm-hmm. And that applies for weapons and armor. And
they're forcing the meta.
They're trying to.
They're like, okay, how about you try this stuff instead because this is arbitrarily better because now it can be at a higher light level.
If they fucking sunset my armor, I'm gonna be livid.
I don't think I've run into sunsetted armor yet.
Not yet.
I had sunsetted armor. The Dreaming City set.
Oh yeah,
was sunset.
Was it?
But
I actually like that set for the hunters.
It's actually coming back this upcoming season 13.
Oh, okay.
So,
what's the difference? Is it just the Armor 2.0 bullshit, or
the Armor 2.0? Yes, but they're also just kind of rolling it out to keep the gameplay cycle going. To keep people constantly grinding out the gear, the weapons, and whatnot, and having to cycle it out as it starts to taper off in power.
I guess that makes sense.
As a concept, it's not a bad idea. It's just the way that they had rolled it out could have been better.
Yeah, that's the one thing that I have a problem with Bungie is they have some solid ideas, but sometimes their execution puts a bittersweet taste in your mouth.
Oh yeah, the execution, they kind of fell on their face on the very first just because I get it. You want to sunset, you want to introduce new weapons into the meta, try to shake things up a bit, but what they gave us, I feel, in my personal opinion, wasn't quite enough to work with. Because I can count on one hand how many viable machine guns there are.
And swords.
Damn.
3. And
I only see 2 or 3 swords being used, well, at least at the moment. Because Lament and Guillotine.
Lament, Guillotine, Temptation's Hook, Negative Space, and Honor's Edge. Those are the only 5.
The swords?
Yep. Those are the only 5 viable swords nowadays.
What is what's the name of the exotic sword that's all
chainsaw?
Shiny and shit?
I don't know.
It looks like a bird's wing.
Black Talon?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's something that I'm glad they did not do. Exotics are not touched by sunsetting.
Thank God.
It was on the table though.
Why?
And that
because they wanted to push out new exotics that people were going to actually use.
But then I don't know. I think I'm really upset that they didn't focus attention on the quest for exotics, for new people coming in. I wish that you know how they have the like the past exotic stuff, which I get because the planets are gone. Mm-hmm. But I wish there was a way that you could still get those exotics in a similar quest line or change it up.
Could you go to the exotics thing?
There are a few that if the planet is still there and the quest is still intact, next to Katie, off to the left, kind of hidden in a corner for some reason, there is a little data pad where you can actually go into and find previous quests from the past that you can re-earn.
What? I didn't even know that. Wow.
Yeah, okay. I ran into it one day, just randomly. I was like, what the fuck? Javier, what is this? He's like, oh, yeah,
that thing.
I forgot about that.
What, the balls?
I don't think about it because I'm up to date.
Yeah. No, that makes sense. And we were talking about this too. I think it's just hard trying to balance like the people who play daily.
Yes.
Who spend hours in the game, keeping them interested, as well as finding new players. I feel like that's a hard balance to
It's find. Destiny's own flavor of casual versus competitive. You could make a weird argument for those people who have the time to play daily.
Yeah.
That they are the hardcore, they are the competitive Destiny people.
They're usually the ones doing raids. They're usually the ones doing Iron Banner.
If they're not competing against other people, they're competing against Bungie itself to do the high level
end game stuff.
Yeah, end game stuff.
I miss doing Iron Banner, man. For like 3 seasons, I got like all the ornaments and shit. Or like the gear. Mm-hmm. And now I've just fallen off.
Catch your light up and then go play Iron Banner.
I'm trying. I'm almost 1220.
What, it's 1 week a month?
It's I think it's 1 week a month.
Yeah. It's like the last weekend of the month, right? Or
yeah,
something like that.
It's something like that. And it's Iron Banner and PvP is where you're going to lose me. Just because.
Same.
Yeah.
Fuck Crucible.
Yeah, we had to like.
That's the hill I'll die on.
Fuck Crucible.
Yeah,
I see you, Shotgun Ape.
Oh my god, Shotgun for days, man.
Hey, you can't knock the meta.
It's so frustrating.
Slide shotgun.
Yep, that's all.
Slide shotgun.
And now with
jump around
stasis,
corner, slide shotgun.
Stasis Titans can actually slide faster and further.
Oh my god,
there's
why?
An aspect for it.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
So take a fast slide shotgun.
To the face.
Fantastic.
Yeah, that's the one thing that I hate because I try to do all of like Shaq's missions and stuff like that. Yeah, and it's so frustrating because it's like get 100 kills with a grenade launcher in Crucible. Yeah, and you're like, what the fuck? How?
There's no life hit.
Yeah, just play nonstop Crucible forever.
Thankfully, they're starting to actually start to tone that down as they wanted to do more focus on the core mechanics that they called it. The Strikes, Crucible, Gambit. Mm-hmm. And they wanted to put a focus on it, have less of a focus on the activities of the past, which makes me kind of sad because that kind of puts a damper on the best game mode in Destiny history, the Menagerie.
Oh, dude. It was so damn fun.
The Menagerie, for those who don't know, was a 6-player match-made activity where you would load into a big arena called the Leviathan, and you would go through various different tasks, working together as a team under a time limit to continue to progress through the Leviathan until you get to a boss. Yep. You clear it together, and at the end, there's a chest with the loot that you specifically slotted in beforehand. Mm-hmm.
That was, oh my god.
That was the gameplay loop for Season of Opulence, Chef's Kiss, and best season.
Fucking good. Like, I spent so much time going through it just because, like, I'm one of those gamers who like a challenge. Like, I like being challenged where I have to do something over and over and over again for me to get a nice reward. Mm-hmm. And I felt rewarded going through that.
You want to get handheld through Hawkmoon?
No.
Oh, you don't like a challenge then? Honestly,
it's not even handheld.
Honestly, it's not a challenge. It's if you get shot once, you die.
Oh shit!
By like trash mobs.
Oh god.
Yeah, it's not fun. I was like 1230 somewhere
something.
Around there.
It was just 20 levels, which is fine because raids now, when they launch new raids, they purposely cap you at like 20 below just to keep the world's first chase.
To make it hard. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But yeah, I was only like 20 light levels below, and I was getting 2-shot.
There were
that's rough
by vandals.
Yeah, taking snipers.
Oh my god.
Yeah, taking snipers just take you out like that.
Oof! I can't wait.
It was great. I loved it.
I'm getting there. I'm almost there.
It was just a lot lot of hiding.
18, I think? Oh, just around corners and being like, pop out.
Yeah, corner.
I'm playing Warlock here. Grenade, healing grenade. Have fun.
Walk out, get back.
Walk out, get shot twice, die.
Yeah.
Try to put a healing rift down, die.
Damn.
Think about walking out, die.
That was like yesterday when we were playing with that fucking Nightfall. Like every 2 seconds, just Chris walks out, boom, dead.
It's like 75% of my deaths was me falling. I almost never die by falling. I don't know what was going on yesterday. I hated my life. I was within like 5 minutes. If like that shit kept continuing, I was going to rage quit. Like I was getting legit salty.
I heard it. I could hear you getting really angry.
Yeah, a lot of breathing. That's how you know. I'm like, because if you hear that, I'm doing this.
I know. I pictured it in my mind. I'm like, all right.
Jesus Christ.
I'm frustrated.
So mad. I can't believe it. It was dumb.
Well, I'm sure Buddy can relate to us going through different raids, or not raids, but different strikes and stuff, and being extremely frustrated.
I don't want to
talk about it.
I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to talk about it.
Sitting in the shower.
Because
cold water on your back. You're just like, I don't want to talk about it.
It's like that one fucking gif of that one actor who's crying in the shower. He just is crying. Or like, was it sobbing in the shower or whatever underneath it? Yes.
Yeah. Pain by 3 days grace.
But you have your Titan head on in the shower.
Exactly.
So it's your Titan helmet just being poured on.
It's like a fucking windshield wiper.
Yes.
Well, to be fair though.
To be fair.
At the time when I played, you can at least agree I somewhat improved.
No, you actually. I mean, like you get better if you play the game.
Oh yeah,
I mean,
but I mean, like, win if you don't play.
Exactly. And you definitely got better because you started using like your Titan abilities a lot more.
Oh yeah, because I switched to Titan.
Yeah, no, I know
that.
Yeah, because it's so much easier to just turn your brain off.
Yeah, lobotomize yourself and go punch him for his lunch money. It's fine.
Throw up a barrier. Exactly. I miss the old rally barricade. Where you didn't have to reload. It didn't like increase your reload speed.
Yeah.
It just automatically filled your magazine.
Just keeps reloading over and over again.
Oh, that was so
Rest in peace, Lunafaction boots.
Damn.
Yeah, Lunafaction. Oh.
Damn.
Sad days.
Damn.
That's the thing. So like, it sucks because like if you've played Destiny 2 from the beginning, you know that the game is so fucking big at this point because they keep bringing in new content. Like it's an insane amount of stuff that Destiny 2 has.
They changed the campaign.
Yeah, completely. The complete beginning of the campaign is vastly different, which sucks. Like I don't know what they're going to do.
I think the issue is just that there was a lot of mechanics that got introduced. There's a lot of mechanics that left or something. Yeah. So they're like, well, it doesn't make sense to start from here. Plus, we have so much stuff they have to do.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Let's start them a little bit further ahead.
Well,
so it's less of a grind.
Which is interesting to me. I haven't replayed the story because like I made a new character and I got up to when you meet the new beginning guy. I can't remember his name. Shahan. Great voice actor, by the way. I love the dude who voices.
I miss the farm.
Oh, the farm and the soccer field. And
there's always so many people playing soccer.
That's weird to me. Like if you're an older player, I guess, and you go back and you kind of want to go through that whole dramatic beginning of 2, it's gone.
Mm-hmm.
How do they introduce like the Red Legion?
The Red Legion does kind of get hand waved away with dialogue, saying they talk about the Red War in the past tense. They're assuming once you've come in, once the New Light campaign has been put in. I suppose I should talk about the beginning of Destiny 2's life cycle.
Yeah,
because
there's a lot.
Destiny 2 was a completely different beast because it was under the umbrella of Activision.
Yeah,
and the development of Destiny 2 was a bit of a bumpy road to the point that Rise of Iron actually existed because they needed more time for Destiny 2.
Oh, for the launch. I forgot about that.
So they actually pumped out Rise of Iron, kind of throwing it out there to keep people entertained because
for the time being.
It was nothing planned.
I forgot about that.
And so they were just trying to wrap their heads around what they were going to do with Destiny 2, and that's how we ended up with ideas like the double primary start.
Yeah, because if I remember correctly, I remember them saying that like they didn't initially want to have Destiny 2.
Yeah.
That they wanted to just continue building off of Destiny 1, but it was Activision's influence that said, no, we need to build a second game.
Yeah, we need a second game. Shit. We need to redo sales so we can make more money and so on and so forth. And they tried to take it in a different direction in that the campaign, when you first started on vanilla Destiny 2, was more of a cinematic, story-driven campaign.
Oh, and it was.
It was so nice.
Yeah. There were cutscenes, there was dialogue, there was the whole shebang of a AAA title. And funny enough, some people rank Destiny 2 vanilla as one of the lowest points the Destiny franchise has ever been.
Really?
Really.
Wow.
And
that's wild.
When you think about it, the dressings were nice.
Yeah.
The cutscenes, the dialogue, everything surrounding it.
Have no substance.
Stylistically, it was
stylistically, beautiful. The music.
Oh my god, the music was insane.
Hold
on. Speaking of fucking music, did you know that Paul McCartney wrote a song for Destiny 1?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Didn't know that.
It's crazy.
Went back and I was like, holy shit. Sorry, but continue.
Destiny 2 had a oh my gosh, I'm forgetting the composer's name, but he has been was it Marty O'Donnell?
Oh, let me check real quick. That's what the computer is for.
Yeah, consult the Oracle.
Do you remember the good old days when like game companies realized
Michael Salvatore?
Okay.
Salvatore. That was his name. Marty O'Donnell was Halo.
I'll get back to that.
Salvatore knocked it out of the park with a song called Journey.
Yes.
And when that musical, when the notes hit, when the giant Cabal ship came flying towards the Traveler,
oh man, yeah,
I knew I was in for something special. I didn't realize that something special was doing the same thing over and over again for hours.
For years.
Yeah, for years.
Hold on.
Beautiful.
That entire beginning sequence was
money.
Oh yeah.
And that is something that has stayed true for Destiny since the very beginning. Destiny 1 all the way to now, especially now. The art team, the music team, every season, every chance that they get, they knock it out of the park. Fantastic. Without fail. I can always rely on them. The game development people, I have been in a love-hate relationship with for a long time now.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that's one thing that I guess a lot of people don't really think about too. Like all the fucking moving pieces to a game that is this freaking big.
It's so understated just how huge this game is.
Yeah.
It's so big, and I feel so bad for people who are jumping in fairly new or have put the game down for a fair amount of time and have come back to it, and they crack open their quest list, and it is gigantic. It is just pages of you got to do this and this and this and this, and you got to up, down, left, right.
There's so many things. There's so, like, just the UI alone, there's so many slates to go through, so much information to go through. Like, for people like who didn't even have or haven't played since Forsaken, you have like an entire section of what is it, the tracking stats for all your stuff, like the lore, all your activities,
collections.
Like that's an entire fucking section that like wasn't there before. It's insane.
Nice that it's all in like one spot now.
Yeah. In the beginning, it was kind of everywhere. You would go to your quest page, and it wouldn't be the normal, kind of good size font that we're used to. It would be just a block of text that you had to break out the magnifying glass and see.
Like, what is this?
Oh, I needed 50 auto rifle kills.
You didn't have like a quest section. You had to open up your fucking directory to left trigger in order for it to pull out
all your quest stuff. Yep. Yeah, I remember that. That was annoying.
So like in ways, like being a new player, it's nice because now it's kind of
you get like the refinement.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, after years of working on it, it's very refined.
With the addition of the New Light campaign, this is actually something I had to do recently because I was given the login details from Chris here. because he had only ever played Titan.
Yeah.
And his leveling up was moving a little bit slow. He had decided to jump into the game. And I'm like, all right, cool. Did you know that if you level up all 3 characters, you actually see a massive boost to your light level? Because when the game drops something for you, it looks at everything that you have, all 3, your vault, whatever's in, and then it determines what the power is going to be and then gives it to you.
Yeah.
He was moving a little bit slow. I'm like, don't worry. Because I have free time, unbelievable amounts of free time, I'll take a look at your Warlock and your Hunter. And I get his login details. And one morning, I get up, get myself some coffee, and log into his account. Press Destiny 2.
Just Titan.
Oh, no. So he didn't even have 2 he had just 2 empty slots?
2 empty slots and just 1 Titan. And the noise I had made, I can't recreate it.
The noise I made when I realized what race he made my Warlock and my Hunter. He gave me a human Warlock
and a Forsaken,
instead of an awoken Warlock, because they're fucking that makes sense.
Yeah.
That's a female. What is
Okay.
with my Exo Titan.
Here's what I did.
My robot.
He already made Exos for the win. Absolutely, he's my main. But he had already made an Exo, and because I kind of like making everything. I could have made all 3 Exos and been boring about it, but I was
you wanted diversity.
I wanted some diversity, and so I made a human Warlock because it was the next one on the list.
Yeah,
and so I went crazy with it and had I made him dark skinned and I gave him a skull tattoo and made him real voodoo.
Oh,
yeah, straight
cool.
up voodoo. It looks pretty cool, but you'll never see my face because I never take my helmet off.
Helmet always stays on.
Oh, yeah.
Always.
The helmet stays on during sex.
The helmet stays on. Shax is a champion.
Facts.
Shax is the real man.
He was summoned. He was teleported.
Yeah, really quick. I'm going to take a real brief. I don't know if you know about this story. There was a bit where Mara, Queen of the Awoken, was in her bedchambers. She had discovered the wish-granting dragon, and one of her wishes was to wish for Shax to come into her room and...
Oh, is that what you were talking about?
Yeah, you know. So
that's awesome. I ship that shit so hard.
The best part, what cracks me up every time is that she says, I want you to read this, and hands him, I forget which one specifically, it is a Shakespearean work. And he takes the book and he says, I know it by heart, and incinerates it. And he reads it to her from his head, and it says that they spent a long night together, and the helmet stayed on.
Oh, yeah!
Yeah, it's so stupid.
That's fucking...
I love it.
What a man.
I remember... It was funny because it was me and Sean and you, all 3 of us were doing stuff together. And then we went to the tower, and he was like, oh, I'm going to show him my Saint 14 cosplay. And then Javier was on top of Saint 14's ship, just AFK. And we're like, what is he doing?
What's happening here?
And then he's like, I found it. And then he started telling us the lore. And I was
pouring through lore books. I'm like, it's got to be in here somewhere.
Is it in one of the what are they called? The new lore books that they came out with?
In the lore.
Yeah, okay. It's in the lore.
Because I have the first volume, but I got to get the other 2.
He was there for 15 minutes.
Yeah. I was away for a while. They were talking. I could hear them. They're like, "Are you good? Are you okay? Did you disconnect?" I'm just like, "Grab it! Shut up! I'm busy."
He didn't even say anything.
Yeah, I didn't say anything. I was just
fine. Since we're talking about, I should have grabbed it earlier.
Oh no way! Do you actually have something physical?
Yeah. Oh no. The Grimoire.
You have the Grimoire. Can I take a look at that? That is history.
Volume 1.
Wow.
Wowie, wowie, zowie.
Whoa.
So, yeah. From my understanding is, they took a lot of the
Book of Sorrow.
In Destiny 1, they didn't really have a lot of, intricate lore to read in-game. What they did was...
on the website.
Yeah, what they did was, when you did activities in the game, whether it was, killing certain amount of characters with a gun or doing strikes, etc., you unlocked what were called Grimoire cards, which then connected to the Bungie website. Well, when Destiny 2 came out, they fucking wiped that shit completely clean.
It was unnecessary.
Yeah, necessary. Unbelievable that it's like, congratulations, you killed 250 hive. Log on to our website and we'll give you a little flavor piece snippet about.
Yeah, it wasn't even long. It was like a card that had description,
like a baseball card kind of deal.
Yeah, like a baseball card. It's like, did you know that the hive, mostly resemble bugs? Like,
no way.
No way. I haven't squashed like 600 of them.
Just to get this information.
This is fantastic, however, this grimoire anthology, because as much as we're kind of ringing it right now, there were some fantastic stories.
There's a lot of good stuff.
Oh yeah, no. That's something that I give the writers credit for. Like, I don't know anybody who could really create a world as diverse and complicated as this. There are 5 species with multiple factions, with multiple stories that coincide with everyone else.
Yep.
That is maddening.
Watch Expanse Season 5.
They intertwine. They have their own cultures.
Yeah,
like
their own religion.
They call them the Fallen because before humans, they had access. The Elixni had access to the Traveler.
Yeah, and that's oh my god, that's wild.
It's crazy. And the way that they've done the lore books now is the better one. As much as I love this physical grimoire with the great stories of, honestly, some still relevant stuff. Mm-hmm. Because this is the very first page that I just opened up to is talking about the origins of Oryx, Xivu Arath, and Savathun, the 3 hive gods who are very important to the story.
Which are all important still to this day.
To this day, like, even with Oryx, the Taken King, dead, his name just shakes echoes throughout the world.
I think that's kind of what's really cool is despite the fact that Big Bad Evil guy is dead, he has Big Bad Evil spawn.
Yeah, his work, his impact is huge.
Yeah. He has Big Bad Evil dick energy.
Mm-hmm.
For real. So did his son.
Yeah, that's what you call children, just dick energy.
Yeah.
And I'm actually kind of weirdly proud of them in the way of what they've done with the lore books and storytelling.
Oh yeah, I am too.
Because this is, I don't know if I'm going to get slack for,
it's too late.
They kind of tell the story kind of similar to Dark Souls tells their story. They don't explicitly tell you anything. They leave enough for you to look up on your own if you're interested.
Okay.
But
yeah, I think that's a good way to have video games though. Is like give you enough to where you understand the mechanics in the world like immediately around you.
Yeah.
But then explore the world.
Yeah, get as deep as you want in the background.
Yeah.
It's pretty much the lore segments on armor and weapons.
Chris got very happy for a second.
Oh.
No, it's fine. Continue.
Oh, you're good?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like in Dark Souls, a little lore that's attached to weapons and armor and stuff like that is kind of like what Destiny's doing with the lore cards that you earn.
Mm.
And I don't know. I kind of like it.
Yeah, because I was going to say something that Destiny does with their weapons is... I'm not sure if they do it for legendaries too, but I know for exotics they have like that entire lore section.
They do have a lore section for most exotics, some legendaries. Some of it isn't actually all that deep.
Nope.
Some of it is just a little bit of background. Like, where did this gun come from? Well, it's because there was a hunter named Tommy who was actually trying to hide from the Vanguard because nobody wanted to take Cade 6's place. Cade 6 was the previous Hunter Vanguard. He was the leader of the Hunters. He passed away.
Rest in peace, my boy.
Rest in peace. And nobody wanted the job because Hunters are all free-spirited people who don't want a desk job. They want to be out in the wild.
Yep.
And so when one of the Vanguard tried to look for a Hunter to take their place, they came across a Hunter named Tommy who gave them a machine gun and said, "Here, take this. You didn't see me." And that was the lore behind Tommy's matchbook.
See, and for me, that's really cool because that kind of grounds the universe, like for those small little snippets.
Yeah.
I was happy when I got Tommy's matchbook.
Tommy's matchbook is fun.
Yeah, it's a very nice weapon.
You throw on a Warlock, give yourself Attunement of Devour so that every kill refreshes your health. Tommy's matchbook, when you're shooting it, once it starts going and it starts heating up, it starts to eat your shields, but once you kill enemies, it refreshes your health.
That's
so
a cool
you can
balance.
Just keep
nonstop.
Yeah, just keep the fire, keep the hate coming.
That's pretty cool. But yeah, so that for those who have watched our stream and you guys hear me call out for Cade, that's the reason why my dog's name is what it is.
Mm-hmm. That's a cool little detail. Cade 6 was so much fun. Nathan Fillion did a fantastic job of him in Destiny 1. And even, what's his name? Nolan North.
Dude, Nolan North as a voice actor, he is so diverse.
I love that they're like, yo, can you make some Cade 6 lines? Pretend to be Cade 6 for a bit.
And he did the Drifter.
Oh, the Drifter, sorry.
Yeah, for that mission that I just did.
Mm-hmm.
Too good of a job. So they're like, all right, tone that back a bit.
I was like, all right, again, but that was fantastic.
Yeah,
but we need you to suck a little bit.
They had Nolan North do Cade 6 for Forsaken because they couldn't get Nathan Fillion.
Yeah.
And even that, it was like, sure, his voice was like slightly deeper, but it was still pretty fucking good.
Yeah, honestly, it's the cadence that matters. Like the
way the lines are delivered. I will say though, in Forsaken, that last little bit of a live Cade 6, it was a little. What's the Deadpool-y, Richtofen-y? Has he done both those lines before?
Oh yeah.
I also think though that might have been a directorial decision.
A directorial,
yeah, just because it's like, well, he got his ass kicked. Like,
I think they're going for like this is the last hurrah.
Yeah, exactly.
Of Cade 6. Might as well
turn
him up to 11 and let him go bananas.
Yeah,
this is a Cade Riffin 6. Watch for the switches. And try to keep up.
Exactly. That's why I feel like that was more of a, like, the director was like, okay, well, your character is doing this. How would his voice alter because of what he just went through?
Yeah,
kind of thing.
He's stressing out. He's exhausted because he's been fighting this whole time. Blah 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 blah.
That last scene makes me so sad.
Your ghost died.
Oh my god.
The
story of Cade's ghost. Which there is actually a story.
Yeah, with what's her name?
I'm blanking on her name right now.
Oh
god. She was always a little shy around others, but absolutely adored
him.
Cade.
Yeah, like it was like their connection was really, really.
It was really cute. I think I love that little when a Guardian brings up the little ball in the hand. I don't know if you watched any of the streams. That is a ghost. Sundance.
That's her name.
Yeah, that's such a wonderful name for him too.
Oh man!
Hold on, I have a visual representation of what a ghost looks like. That way,
before we get too into it, I think it's really cool how every NPC you run into that is attuned with the light, they all have names for their ghosts.
They all have names.
My ghost name is Ghost.
Yeah, we've got Sundance, Glint, Sagira, and then what is our ghost name?
Ghost. Don't even give him a name.
And it's not even like a...
He's okay with it.
It's not even like we're forcing him to have Ghost. No, Ghost wants the name.
Yeah. He likes Ghost.
I, for one, want a Guardian named Ghost and a Ghost named Guardian just to mess with people.
Bungie, do it. Please, for the love of God.
Get on that.
Next season. Just throw it in there.
No, not next season. The following, the next one
after Chosen.
Right. This one's already kind of hammered out in detail.
You can do it. We know you can. Just throw a character in there. Just copy paste your model. It'll be fine.
Just do it.
Just do it.
What are you afraid of?
That scene like that. Oh my god! I played through that beginning sequence of Forsaken like 6 times, just because of how much that story stuck with me. Just because I loved that character, and I loved the idea that they brought back the Prison of Elders in a way that kind of turned it on its head. Where it's like, of course you have all these people locked up in a prison break. Like, so good. Like,
such a fun strike.
Yeah, like, god damn it. But then
there's just something special about one phasing the prison or the warden's servitor or whatever.
You're talking about the strike, the Warden of Nothing.
Yeah.
I will say though, you didn't get to do it because you despise hand cannons for some reason.
Fuck hand cannons.
The quest for Ace of Spades,
dude,
when you got to go through the messages left behind from Cade.
That was heartbreaking.
To who his potential killers were.
Oh my god.
And he spoke to the Warlock Vanguard, Ikora. And broke down and admitted that she was one of his only friends.
One of his only friends. That was so fucking sad, man.
Can that still be accessed?
No.
It's gone.
Yeah,
it's on YouTube
because it was on Titan. It's on YouTube,
but it's so good. That was one. I don't know. I think that's why I liked Forsaken so much, was because of how much it focused on Cade as a character. Because, like, you know, he's like that slapstick dude. He's just like doing his own thing.
Funny, haha, man. Yeah. Everyone's like, oh, this is great. And he was big in the Destiny 2 vanilla marketing.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I remember distinctly there was an ad talking about it's supposed to be Zavala giving this big rousing speech, and then it cuts to Cade, and he just like looks over his hunter and says, "There will be a lot of loot," and they all go like, nuts.
It's so good.
It's so nice seeing like not just like one-dimensional characters.
Yeah,
where they have depth and they have they have actual emotions and all sorts of craziness.
I think that's why for me Zavala is like my least favorite character.
Really?
Yeah.
Well,
I don't like Ikora.
I think what it is that
she's useless.
It's weird because like
don't get loot from her anymore.
Osiris is more interesting. Even Saint 14 as a character was far more interesting than some of the people that.
Eris Morn, so interesting.
Eris Morn is an interesting character.
Super interesting. I want to talk about the darkness at some point.
Anna Bray was far more interesting. It's like all the other supporting casts.
The Bray legacy.
The Bray legacy. The Bray legacy is for the family members to have dump truck asses.
Even in Exo.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, they have to have. Yeah, it's a robot body that he specifically built for his granddaughter to have a butt so fantastic you could rest a coffee cup on it.
The booty.
It's so great.
Of the Braves.
That is the legacy. And
super curious to see.
By the way, Erica, if you're watching this, I'm sorry.
Don't worry about it.
That makes me kind of sad because Zavala and Ikora do have their stories, but it is kind of like buried in the lore.
Yeah.
Like little facts about them that I find very interesting. Ikora was a Thana something, I forget what the term is. When she first became a guardian, when she was first resurrected, she was fascinated by the fact that she could come back from life, come back from death.
Yeah,
and so she spent so much time killing herself. Just dying and tracking and learning, and so much that there's actually a schism between Ikora and her ghost. They don't talk to each other. Their relationship is a little strained because she used the ghost and put it through so much stress of having to resurrect Ikora over and over for the sake of science.
Oh man, see, that would be interesting to have encountered in game.
Yeah, in game. It's just I feel like Bungie has so many stories that they want to tell us, but they have to focus on which ones get the limelight.
Yeah,
and that's always a hard decision to make because you have so many different characters to choose from. Zavala with his struggle to keep the Vanguard, the city pumping and going with the vacuum, with Cade gone, with the little bit of a schism between Ikora and Zavala. They're kind of at odds of like, what do we do? Do we even continue being a Vanguard?
Their idea of what to do, because like Zavala wants to just move on, and Ikora kind of wants to like, well, let's sit back and think, and that whole thing.
The closest Classic to a one-dimensional would be Zavala because he is focusing on the city.
Yeah.
The last city is all that matters to him. Even when Cade died, his fire team member, his focus was on the city.
Good writing, but and I know it's good writing because I was fucking angry at that scene.
Yeah, Zavala was angry as well.
Yeah, but in his own way.
In his own way, he wanted to be out there, but he knew that he sees himself as the entire wall.
Yeah,
built around the last city of humanity is this gigantic wall that we actually stand on top of a tower, and that is the hub for.
The main hub for the game.
Social hub for the game.
I was actually thinking this. I'm curious if Bungie is going to be so bold as to like eventually kill off Zavala and
just make like an entirely new Vanguard.
Yeah, get to that point.
We may end up being there if they stick with the working title of the last addition to Destiny, because they laid out a huge road all the way out to the end of 2022 for Destiny 2.
Holy shit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because this expansion that we are currently in right now, this year of content, is called Beyond Light.
Right.
And it's exploring the other side. The powers that are used by our characters, the Guardians, come from what is called the light, coming from the big ball in the sky, the Traveler. There is the yang to the yin. The opposite of the light is the darkness. And that is where stasis powers comes from, ice and whatnot.
Yeah, and that's also a good thing to bring up, because throughout Destiny 1 and 2, you always hear about the darkness and how the darkness is going to consume.
The darkness is this big, spooky, scary enemy that's coming for you. And
once it has
arrived, once the darkness...
It's been here this whole time.
Yeah, it's been here. And underneath it's beginning to explain that the light cannot exist without dark.
Which I personally fucking love. I love the concept of, you brought it up, yin and yang, like having the balance of both, because you can't have one without the other.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So it's really cool as a character to explore that middle ground.
And it adds depth to... as we were talking about the one note character that is Zavala, because now he is put up with a challenge of the darkness. Everything that he knows, he stood for the light. He is a champion of the light. He is the wall. Now the darkness is here. Now the guardian, the hero who won the Red War, killed Oryx the Taken King, did all this, killed gods, all this good, is suddenly dabbling with the darkness, the enemy's power. Yeah. And he's kind of in a spot of like, what do I do?
Yeah.
And he's actually, for the moment, put a ban on new Guardians messing around with stasis, which is a haha funny like in-game explanation of like, you want to use the darkness? Give us money.
Yeah.
That makes sense though.
Yeah, give us $30 to get around Zavala.
Then we'll let you in.
Give me some,
to the point where he goes, okay, you can do this, but just be careful.
Yeah. That's entirely his thing, is that I'm going to allow you because, well, personally, I don't think he can do anything to us. He can't stop us.
Yeah.
But he tells us to be careful and to remember who we are. We are guardians. We protect the light. And if you think using the darkness is the method that you need to do, go for it.
Then do it.
Can you just wait for factions to start forming?
Again.
Man.
I want light versus dark bullshit. It's going to be so much fun.
That would be far more interesting than... What were the factions before? Like,
how dare you? How dare
Dead
you
Orbit,
insult the Future War cult?
Future War, Dead Orbit, and what was the fucking other one? Scarlet something?
It was the...
Crimson something?
New Monarchy.
New Monarchy. Yeah.
The Future War cult's amazing. How dare you?
There were factions in the...
I just like the Dead Orbit camo, to be honest. Sorry.
Was it black and white Dead Orbit camo?
Yeah,
and then Future War cult had that like purple, yellow, red, and then New Monarchy was red and white.
Yeah, weird. I don't know.
It was great.
Wasn't a fan of it.
It's fantastic.
How can you not be a fan of it?
Honestly.
It's not like you did anything that was polarizing. You just chose one.
I know. It was weird.
I picked this one. I hate this.
That's literally the discussion from the start of you going, I'm a Titan. Fuck you, you're a hunter.
No. It's not me talking shit about your choice in faction. I'm just talking shit about the fact that like something that has no impact on anything whatsoever and you hate it. Like nothing changed.
What ended up happening...
I just didn't like it.
The reason why factions kind of fell on their face is that they had faction rallies, big events, like go rep your squad, and you can earn exclusive loot for repping your squad.
Yeah,
and
what
like people would end up
doing, like what was it, like strikes and stuff,
lost sectors and whatnot. And what people ended up doing is they would crack open the big book of what each one can learn. All right, which Future War Cult is offering a fusion rifle that has bad stats. Dead Orbit is offering a scout rifle with a really good Dead Orbit.
Yep.
And everybody would pick Dead Orbit, and Dead Orbit would win every single to the point where they had to like fudge the numbers a little bit and kind of like make it competitive, kind of like
to make it look
field
like
to make other people get, because there were if a faction won a faction rally, then that faction would get a specific kind of loot.
Wasn't there also like a minor bonus that they got?
Yeah,
during that week,
bonuses and whatnot, and it just didn't work, and so the faction rallies went the way of the dodo.
Bye bye.
And they did not learn. They thought, okay, some time has passed. Let's introduce the Guardian games, and they said, all right, we're going to have a competition between the 3 different classes: the Warlocks, the Titans, and the Hunters. And the moment the Guardian games hit, we saw the Warlocks down here because nobody likes being a space wizard because we're marginalized people.
Yeah.
Titans were kind of in the middle, and then somewhere off in the stratosphere were the sheer amount of hunters that were being played, and then because of that, Bungie had
were like, "Hey, let's fuck over the hunters and change how many fucking motes they need to get for every single activity." And
Doesn't then Titans won.
Yeah, and then Titans won.
Yep.
Titans won.
The entire fucking thing. I was so salty.
He can complain all he wants. Titans won. We get a cool little statue by Zavala.
Yeah, they get a gold fucking lion, man.
Yeah, they get the nice little statue. Meanwhile, the warlocks are like, all right, that's cool. We're going to go grind our weapons up.
Yeah. Yeah, we were talking about, was it last week we were talking about it? Where it was just like, hunters are super salty and they just said, fuck it. Warlocks are just like, we're here. And Titans were like, yeah.
Yeah, what is it? The meme of the guy celebrating, throwing like champagne.
He's like
sitting there in third place.
Bites the metal, kisses the chick.
Too good. Shower. Too good. Yeah, Guardian Games was rough.
It's interesting.
It's an interesting idea. I'm not opposed to it. It's just
I think it's just hard to truly balance something like that.
It could have done something to incentivize people to try other classes.
Yeah, that would have been far more interesting.
We'll see where they go. They speaking of bringing back an old topic of sunsetting, they sunset an old tradition, the very first event.
Yeah,
because every year, throughout the year, they have little events like the Christmas in the Destiny world is called the Dawning, and you go and do specific events and whatnot, and it's kind of Christmassy themed. Well, one of the first ones, this year you made cookies. They had one of the very first events was called Crimson Days, and it was Valentine's, and
it was actually really cute.
It was really cute. They had a special event called I think it's called Duos or something like that, and you would go in with a partner, and if you two stayed close to each other, you would empower each other. Your abilities would come back faster, but if you start to stray apart, then you start to get exposed to the enemy team.
Yeah, man, it was so much fun. I get why they're getting rid of it, but it's a bummer that
love is sunset, everybody.
Oh my god.
Love is gone.
Love is canceled.
That's poetic,
ladies and gentlemen.
It's the 2020s. Everybody stay mad.
What's the roaring 20s?
Oh boy. What's going to be the next event then?
I believe it's going to be what's the spring one? I forget what it's
Easter
called.
Thing? Not Easter specifically, but
yeah, there's a spring event,
spring festival.
I forget what exactly it's called.
I feel like I always miss between March and June for some reason. Every year, I always miss whatever's going on.
You got
the Revelry.
The Revelry. That's what it was called.
Yeah.
And I remember last year's Revelry was going through the Infinite Forest.
Oh my god! Yeah,
yeah.
I miss the Infinite Forest. I'm not gonna lie.
Infinite Forest was cool. The Infinite Forest,
the haunted one. Yeah,
I miss my horror story.
Yeah, Infinite Forest. There were whole ass destinations, whole planets got sunset. That's how big this sunsetting issue is.
That's how big the freaking the content vault is.
If nothing was sunset, we would have somewhere around 11 or 12 destinations to go to.
Let's say we bring in Destiny 1, right? There is Earth, which has the EDZ
tower.
Destiny 1 was only the Cosmodrome.
Right, but they brought back Cosmodrome.
Oh, we're talking Destiny 2.
Well, we're seeing together.
Oh, okay.
So you would have EDZ, the Cosmodrome. Now you have Europa. You have the Moon. You have it would have been Mars, Venus, Nessus,
Io,
the Tangled Shore,
Dreaming City. That's 10.
There's two things of Mars actually, because if you go back in D1,
from
Mars
Destiny 1,
there.
yeah. So there'd be two sections on Mars that you'd go to. Then you
have
the Dreadnought,
the Leviathan. There's so much, and these all are not just small. Well, Mercury was a small map because Mercury is a small planet,
right?
Yeah, fuck you, Mercury.
But that's 12.
Drink your milk.
Fairly large destinations, big areas that you have to traverse.
And Europa only has one landing zone for whatever reason.
They're working.
You have to drive all the way around.
That's so stupid. I feel like there should be a. Well, no, I guess that wouldn't make sense. I was gonna say there should be a spawn point where the big Exo Daddy head is at after you unlock
Clovis.
him.
Yeah, no, they're actually putting another one up by Eventide at the top of the map.
Beautiful.
So that's fine.
At least that's better.
Yeah.
Big areas, man.
Huge maps. So I get it. Otherwise, I would have bloated. I'm noticing that a lot, actually, with a lot of video games. I'm going to kind of stray away from Destiny just to mention something because it kind of reminds me of the situation that Rainbow Six Siege faced.
Oh, yeah.
Rainbow Six Siege has stopped kind of introducing new weapons with their new operators.
Yeah,
and
there's so many.
Instead of new maps, they are reworking old maps. And it just goes to show I wasn't super crazy on Siege. I love the team play aspect, but sometimes playing with strangers kind of...
Oh my god.
Leaves a
playing with randos is so
how to tie a noose. But the moment they started changing the maps that I had already taken so long to get used to, that's when the game really started to lose me. Rest in peace, old Hereford base.
Oh, Hereford was so good.
Which one was Hereford?
That was
that British
training
kill house.
Yeah, kill house. Was the training thing.
Yeah. They changed that.
Yeah.
That was
it is very.
That was
different.
a very. That was one of the first maps, wasn't it?
Yeah.
That was very different.
That was the training map. When you boot up the tutorial, they would take you Hereford.
Oh yeah, damn. Rainbow Six, man. But yeah, no, I know exactly what you mean. It's like the games have gotten to a point where they're just too fucking big.
Yeah, games as a service because they start to run into a problem of bloating, which I don't know how Call of Duty avoids it. They're just going to say, lol, let's just dump a big old thing and have your game be hundreds of gigabytes big. Hope you have the space for it.
Well, that's why I'm confused.
I know you're going to delete stuff to make space for my game.
Yeah.
Well, that's why I find it interesting. So, like, WoW has had a million expansions. They've taken away content and brought new stuff back. But the game is massive.
Mm-hmm.
I don't really get why Destiny couldn't do a similar thing, and I know that they're trying to save hard drive space for their consumer. I get that. I know that's what they're trying to focusing on, but I don't know. I feel like if WoW can do it, where they have a plethora of space,
I think it also comes down to the size of the dev team. Because now they lost Activision.
Yeah,
Bungie now runs the show.
Good for them, by the way.
Good for them, actually.
Yeah.
I'm glad that they have their baby and they can do whatever they want with it. Give me back my Lunafactions, or there will be strong words.
I know where you work.
I know where you work.
Wait, no. Everyone works from home right now.
Yep.
I don't know where you work. I know where HQ is. I'll wait for you.
I'm sitting there waiting with a mask.
Socially distancing myself.
Megaphone.
It just says Titan Man on the mask.
I can hear crunching. He's got crayons in the mask.
Oh my god! It's like the horse feeder.
Yeah, the horse feeder. I got my spare rose arts.
Oh no, Walmart brand.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Sometimes you gotta
make sacrifices, man.
Target or nothing.
Look, they're kind of broke right now.
Yeah, fair enough. Government, give me my money,
please.
Yeah, Congress, come on, get on it.
I'm talking about my GI Bill money.
Well, he's got GI. I haven't seen my stimmy yet. Help.
Come on, Treasurer, let's get on it.
But send a strongly worded message.
Back on topic to Destiny. I am also in odds with the Destiny 2 community. Because while I have strong opinions about the direction that they are taking, I am wary. Ever since I think the lowest point that I had been with the Destiny developers, with Bungie themselves, been when the main director was doing an interview and he kind of floated the idea of sunsetting supers.
What?
Yeah.
The middle tree. There were. He said, as an example, the middle tree. One of the choice supers for the Nova Warlock, the Nova Warp. He was looking at it, and I think he said it's not. If you look at it, Nova Bomb is a keeper. It's been part of Destiny's identity since the beginning. Nova Warp, it's not very popular. Not a whole lot of people are using it. We can maybe push it aside and make way for a more refined Nova Bomb. It's like just buff what you have.
Yeah, like
if there's something wrong with the use,
don't take it away.
Take a look at what people are using Nova Warp for. What are people's opinions on Nova Warp, and just kind of see where you can move it. Don't try to just push it under the rug. And at that point, that's where I was the most like, okay, Bungie, you're kind of rubbing me the wrong way here.
Yeah,
I get what you're trying to do with sunsetting weapons and armor, but supers.
Yeah, that's a little weird because
that's pushing it. That's a step too far. But I will never call for the job of the man who said that. Oh, because the moment that thing hit, dude's name is Luke Smith. Hashtag Sunset Luke Smith went. And YouTube was doing its whole thing of YouTube creators, Destiny creators, of going into, Spiral, it's over, Destiny's over party.
Yeah, Destiny's gone.
Well, that's the weird. We've kind of talked about this over the last few weeks, though. Like how communities are super fucking toxic. Like fan bases are like overly toxic when something comes out that they don't agree with. Mm-hmm. Where it's like they just instantly react instead of just it's a
reaction.
Yeah, instead of just trying to rationalize why they could have been bringing this up.
Don't change what I like. Mm-hmm. That's honestly the argument. Don't change what I like. Everyone here likes it this way. Stop changing things. What the fuck's wrong with you?
I'm going to put it into perspective. Season of Opulence was, again, the best season. Menagerie, some of the best weapons in the game, so on and so forth.
Oh, that also brought, if I'm not mistaken, the trophy thing.
the trophy hall where you can go in, simulate enemies and check damage and whatnot, and it was beautiful. You can keep track of all your accomplishments. But along with it, the sandbox, the weapons and whatnot, that's when things started to take a turn from the Destiny that I knew, because there are exotics in the game for almost every class, where if you, for example, the big one for me personally, Skull of Dire Ahamkara is a helmet for the Warlocks.
So cool.
Where if you shoot a Nova Bomb super, depending on how many enemies that you'll kill, you'll get refunded that super energy. And if you got good enough with it,
didn't know that.
If you hit enough enemies with it, if you got good enough with it, you could refund an entire super.
Spawn.
Yeah, just boom, boom, boom. If you had enough enemies to work with. It was crazy, and it was fun, and it actually made some things like Reckoning. Do you remember Reckoning?
Yeah.
It made Reckoning bearable. No longer. Season of Opulence came in and they said, no, we are dialing that back. You're not getting a full super. At maximum, you're getting 35 back.
Holy crap.
It'd be better if it was 50.
Yeah.
50, 60 something percent.
They knocked down essentially 65% of it. That's nuts.
Literally 65%
of
it.
Holy shit.
They knocked off a whole bunch. And this was for everything. The Skull of Dire Ahamkara, the Shards of Galanor, the Orpheus rigs, all these exotics that give you super energy back.
Yeah,
they dialed it back.
That really sucks because
it hurt. Yeah, but I realized at the time, if you have an exotic that is a must, you need to have this. You need to have Lunafaction boots. You need to have Skull of Dire Ahamkara. You need to have Orpheus rigs, especially Orpheus rigs.
I think that's for me one of the things that I personally don't care too much about is how often they nerf items.
Yeah.
Well, it's a constant balancing thing.
It's a give
it's
and
take.
That
with every single game.
I mean, I get it, but
buffed, stuff's going to get nerfed depending on the meta.
Right.
And there's nothing you can do about that.
It
makes sense.
Frustrating.
It's frustrating. Yeah, sure. Because you're oh man, I really liked it this way. Why'd you change it? And you realize that in Crucible or something, or an Iron Banner, it was fucking busted.
Yeah, it was. There's a reason
My question
is, what's it called? Mountaintop is now. That kind of gets thrown out the window now, because now you can just pull Mountaintop out of the monument to Prior or whatever the hell's.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
Oh my god.
What is it called? Prior
It was the monument to
Monument of Triumphs.
something
like that.
Yeah,
I'm forgetting the name.
Past legendaries and exotics that you can't get anymore.
That was it. If you wanted to be playing seriously, Mountaintop, Recluse, and some kind of heavy. I think a grenade launcher, and
things have changed.
And Bungie made sure that they came in and they swiped in. I do kind of feel for some people though. For those people who had to go through and get the best roll possible on the weapons that are like what is it? Spare rations. It's a hand cannon that was dominant in PvP.
Fucking awesome.
And there are people who spent so much time just getting that weapon over and over and over for the randomized chance to get the best possible statistics on that weapon to make it the best they can be. A god roll. And then after, say, months of playtime, Destiny just decides, give me that back.
Yep, sorry.
Here,
no, not
play
sorry.
with the sidearm.
Not sorry.
Hey, give me that. Play with the sidearm. But I don't like sidearms. Tough titties.
We need more sidearms in the meta.
God, sidearms are the meta in Season of the Dawn.
Oh my god. Yeah.
I like
anyway,
around in strikes and stuff with sidearms.
Yeah,
they're straight memey. They're great. They're not hand cannons, so I love them. Full auto triggers with like 20-something round mags. Damn near an SMG.
Sweet, this is sick.
Zen moment rampage, yes sir.
Yeah, but I mean, like we're criticizing a lot of the game, but it's just because we like the game.
It comes from a place of love, absolutely. I can, if I wanted to sing praises again, I can always just fall back on the music. Riven's raid theme. Ooh.
Oh yeah. Easily. And like just the story, honestly, I think playing through for the story is good enough for me.
Yeah.
That's why I really like why I like Destiny as a whole. The story for some reason just captivated me. I don't know what it was. It just,
I think that's a good, we'll do a little bit of a roundtable of the things that we like about Destiny. And the reason why I continue to play Destiny to this day is because I kind of fell in love with the sandbox, what I can do, because even if it's not always the most powerful, I can make it look really cool.
Oh yeah.
There's so much now with the additions of mods and Armor 2.0 and things like that, of messing around with certain statistics to where I can start making builds. Me as a person, I absolutely adore making builds and RPGs and things like that. I had a physical book written out when Fallout came out. Like, these are the stats and this is that. Write down, this is the levels and whatnot. And, you would be at the top, like min-max crazy bullshit.
Yes. I've seen that book.
Chris can confirm
it
does
exist.
It's
impressive and terrifying at the same time, honestly.
And now Destiny gives you the kind of freedom to do. Like, I'll lay out really quick, just kind of lay out what my current Warlock Stasis build is. There is a gun called what's the pulse rifle called? Void Pulse Rifle.
Graviton Lance.
Graviton Lance
love that
is
gun.
a 2-round burst gun that once you kill an enemy, they explode in a void, like kind of purple explosion. Anything that dies as a result of the purple explosion also explodes. And it just can chain like that.
This is one of the most satisfying guns to use, like, in a strike when there's just a shit ton of ads.
Yes, a whole bunch of little enemies.
Just play Void Titan.
Or
you don't need a Graviton Lance.
No, it's fine. It's fine.
But you get the Graviton Lance, combine it with the Warlock Exotic Helmet and Nezarec Sin, which makes it so that the void kills from anything, weapons, abilities, any kind of void. Yeah, it doesn't matter. Void ability, or what do you call it? Void kills will give you your ability energy back.
Damn.
So your grenades, your melee, your rift, Warlock's Seed of Rift, it all comes back faster. So I shoot the Graviton Lance, things start exploding in void, my grenades and stuff come back, and I use that to throw ice grenades.
Jesus.
To freeze stuff, hold them in place, shoot them, void explosions, and it just starts cycling and cycling and cycling, and it gets nuts. And that's just one, and it's kind of something I half baked up, middle of the night, eyes burn, and I go,
this could work.
And that's what minimal thought.
So that's cool. So that's kind of what you fall in love with Destiny at this point, is like being able to have those different builds.
Yeah, being able to express yourself. Cool. Within the confines of what Bungie wants you to do, but even then, some people actually kind of see it as like a challenge.
Yeah.
You give me these tools to work with, these toys, I can make something with that.
See, I have a vastly different way of playing where I just go, this is pretty. I hope this works. And if it doesn't, I'm like, that sucked. Not going to use that again.
I'm that like crotchety old man that's just stuck in my ways, and I just keep infusing whatever weapons I'm using.
Yeah. Don't touch my misfit.
Yeah, dude, I was crazy about the misfit. I was crazy about the high RPM auto rifles that I just
you just loved.
Yeah, 700 RPM auto rifles.
Jesus.
Now what? The horror story from
the horror story
Halloween event. Now it is. I don't remember what
horror
it's not
story.
False Promises, is it?
Right now, no. False Promises is the slower, chunky one. Now it's Arctic Haze.
Yeah,
Arctic Haze.
No, I'm using a Gnawing Hunger right now.
Oh yeah, Gnawing Hunger.
600
RPM.
Damn. Still good weapon though. Well, Chris, what about you? What is something that you love about Destiny?
Oh, it's the social aspect for sure.
Oh yeah.
Like
we have not talked about the tower. Go for it.
Yeah, that's literally what I'm about to talk about.
It's gonna be a long podcast.
I really enjoy, it's a serious game. Mm-hmm. There's a lot of like weird subjects that are a lot of drama, a lot of craziness, and then you go to the tower. And then you see someone like me, just with a little DJ thing, just bumping some beats, and then there's like 10 people just dancing and fucking around. Javier and I have this like skit together where we do like gun duels.
Oh yeah, you showed me that yesterday.
Yeah,
that
we do gun
funny.
duels. We used to do that in the tower all the time.
Oh my god.
And it's just like crazy stuff like that. Just like all the time. You could always find people that were just down to dick around. Like when we were doing the Wrathborn hunt, the last one we did, and that random warlock threw something at me.
Oh yeah.
And then he ran up and started doing emotes, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna do it too. And then we went into the hunt. But whatever.
I will say, like the community itself, on forums and websites, forums are always going to be toxic. Yeah. But if you run into people randomly out in the wild, chances are they're going to be hilarious.
Yeah, like more times than not, they have a sense of humor.
They'll humor you.
Yeah, they'll come up and you'll.
I messaged that person about their fucking armor. Still haven't gotten a reply, and I'm sad.
I messaged someone and was like, "Yo, I've literally seen you 3 or 4 times now over multiple sessions."
Yeah, you'll be playing the game and then say like, "Oh, I'm going to be looking on my phone because I'm in a weird fit of boredom and I'm waiting for a public event to start.
Yeah,
so I'm going to go stand over here and I'm going to do this very specific dance that I got from the store." And while you're dancing and waiting for it, some random dude named Autism on Wheels pulls up right next to you and somehow manages to sync up the dance perfectly with you. And you got a little dance routine together as you wait for the public event. And then I don't know,
it's like the wholesome moments like that where you're just like, this is fun.
I really enjoyed, what was the dance? The in-your-face dance?
The taunt dance?
The taunt where, like I was playing music or whatever at the tower, and then this one guy was doing a taunt dance where he's like all in your face,
very
doing, like,
aggressive
crazy
movements, that kind of like battle dance kind of thing.
And then he was like, "Wait a minute, I got that."
No, I'm throwing the glove right now, and you see like the little dots as I'm going through the menu, and I'm looking through all my emotes because I'm a sucker for them. Bungie's kind of taken a lot of my money because I keep buying the dances.
Yeah, the emotes are really, really good.
Yeah, the person who did the mocap, fantastic dancer.
Oh yeah,
honestly. And then all of a sudden, he just spends like the next 30 seconds trying to sync up the dance properly, so they're like just half a second.
And I put it perfectly so that we are face to face,
just
we
right
are in each other's face, just aggressively dancing in each other's face. And
I love it. I love it.
Dumb things like that.
Honestly. Oh my god!
I mean, when you have friends to play with.
Oh yeah,
yeah. Destiny is definitely a game that you can play it by yourself and enjoy it.
It's a serviceable video game by yourself.
Yeah, but when you have friends playing with each other, it is different. It is just
that shit just hit different.
Oh my god, it does.
Different.
Like
it's that McDonald's sprite.
Because there's certain things that like happens when you're playing, by yourself in a game where you see something funny and you're like, I'll clip that on my Xbox or whatever. Yeah. But when you have 2 other people who witness the same like crazy bullshit where something explodes, someone overly excitedly exclaims something, you have that like just fun moment together. It's I don't know, it kind of reminds me of like couchside gaming in a way where you're just like, you guys are all just playing together.
Yeah, just a bunch of dudes.
It's a great shared experience. And calling back to a stream that we were on when we ran you through the Prophecy dungeon. Dungeons are like raids are big 6-player events. Prophecy are the mini versions. They're for 3 people. And there was a section where I knew what was coming. It was a big Sparrow event. Big, very thin roads that kind of came up out of nowhere. But I knew I want you to go up first so that you experience it. And I just told you, go full speed.
And I was like,
full speed.
I was
go,
like,
go, go,
all
full
right,
speed.
cool.
And he just whooshed off the edge off to his death.
After he was like, oh my god, this is so cool.
This is so cool and amazing. The hallway's shifting.
And it's changing colors, and then there's an opening, he just goes flying.
You're like, whoa!
And we're just sitting back there like, don't worry, we'll pick you up when you die.
I was like, what?
What were we doing with Sean the other day? It was all the doors are opening.
Right.
And he's
the
like,
pit of heresy.
And I was like, all right, cool. And then him and Sean are off to the side for some reason. And I'm like looking, all of a sudden just
There's a big like wall of doors, and we get up there, and all 3 of us are kind of standing there. And I say, okay, pick a door. Any door. Which one do you think is
Sean,
it?
No, Sean picked his.
Yeah, Sean's like, I have a quest. I am going to go off this way to this door.
I just do my thing.
And then I'm like, all right, it's over here.
Yeah, it's like, where is it? And he goes and he picks a door, and it's a trick door. Bam! Sends it flying off, comes off the wall, dead. I'm like, just kidding. It's not even a door. It's this little crack in the wall over here. Come on.
Yeah, it's just some light hazing.
It's good though, because like in this game, like at least like deaths aren't a huge thing.
Yeah, you don't lose stats. You don't lose gear or anything like that.
You lose Nightfall score.
Because
you hit the 15-minute mark.
Okay, in some certain modes, deaths do count.
Yeah, but like, but majority of the time when someone's doing something like this, they're just like, fuck it. Like, we'll just pick it up.
Yeah, you get to sit on your hands for 5 seconds.
Yeah, it's super fun. But buddy, I know you haven't played Destiny, but when the time that you did play it, and based on our conversations, I guess, would you ever have an inkling to jump back into the game?
Possibly.
Is
there anything that in your time...
We're going to be able to make our own raid group.
I know, I'm so excited.
Because there's the 4 of us. Well, right now there's the 3 of
Viking,
us. 3. Plus Sean.
Viking wants to play.
Plus, fuck Josh and... No. No, never
nice
mind.
to Josh. When he sits down and he focuses, he can actually get something done.
But I mean, if it's like one...
Sorry, Josh.
If there's like a 5% chance of him actually focusing... Like when we were doing the stupid dungeon, and I was like, "Oh my god, we got another Josh," because he just turns his brain off.
Okay,
he doesn't listen.
I have a friend named Josh who.
It's not that I didn't listen. I was rushing forward, and then you're like, "Don't do it." I'm like, "I'm not doing it. I'm just going."
No. I was like, "All right, I'm gonna go do this," and then you just like, you were behind me at that point. I was like, "I'm gonna go do this real quick," and I was like, "I'm picking up motes."
Motes?
I was like, I'll pick up motes. And then like 2 seconds later, you're just... you grab all 3 of them. I'm like, oh my god, it's another Josh.
Okay, I love
that's because I didn't know that the mote... Like, I didn't... Because that was the first person that you killed. I didn't know that the motes were dropping, like... in that area. Because it was the first time that I'd done it. So I just ran.
You killed the knights, and then they dropped motes. That's what I said.
Yeah, but I wasn't, like, I didn't have the visual. Yeah, like, I didn't know what was happening.
Oh, you didn't see the...
Yeah, so, like, I ran forward, you killed it, and then I ran through it, and you're like, it's another Josh! And I was like, what'd I do?
Well, also, like, to be fair, it was in, like, a giant, like, cylindrical hallway corridor thing.
Yeah.
And it was all the way on the corner, on the edge. And you're coming from this way, so you ran all the way to the wall.
Now I know if we ever run that dungeon again, I'm not going to do it.
Yeah, we're going to run it again.
No,
it's a weekly occurrence.
Yeah, it's a weekly thing.
That's what I'm saying.
We're going to do it every week.
All right.
We're going to figure it out.
Yep. One way or another. So yeah, you have this to look forward to, buddy.
I have to tell one last story about my friend Josh.
We're like 5 people.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Sean Viking. So
yeah, 6.
We got a whole raid group.
Yeah,
we have a raid group. We can raid.
I convinced some of my other friends who used to play too. So we got people.
So one of the reasons that my friend Josh, I love him for this.
God rest him.
But I worry for him sometimes because there are just moments where words just
fly right over.
Honestly,
like he said, when we're trying to collect motes. He'll call it out. He's like, all right, I'm going to make some dark modes. I'm going to pick them up. And as he gets the kill, here comes Josh. Hey, coming to grab him because he saw ooh shiny.
He's like, ooh, this is nice.
And the one that sticks with me the most is we were about to do that first boss encounter. Once you get past the first moat stage, like the little opening thing, you go up the thing and you reach the first arena. And Toland, the little ball, is sitting there in the middle, and you touch Toland to start the encounter.
Oh,
so we go over and we stop.
Place a before barricade or banner.
Yep, we place a spot to refill ammo and whatnot, and we go, okay, let's talk strategy. I have this, and this. You have this, and this. We can switch some weapons around to do the most optimal.
No. Did Josh fucking Leroy it?
As we're talking strategy, Josh jumps in from off screen without saying a word to us. I'm like, all right, Josh, what are you running? And he just walks right past us without a word and touches Toland and starts it. We're like, what are you doing? He's like, oh, I didn't know you guys were talking.
No, it really sucked. No. That wasn't because he wasn't listening. His party was lagging out on him.
Oh yeah. His party had lagged out, and he didn't hear.
Josh, what are you doing? What are you doing?
He didn't hear a word later.
Mute map makers left the party. We're like, ah! And then Josh died, and we're like, all right, we're just gonna wipe, and we both just jumped off.
We jumped off the edge. We're like, okay.
Wipe and wait. Yeah.
Invite him to the party.
Oh my God.
What the fuck?
Yeah, we brought him back in and we were like getting on his ass. It's like, okay, even if you didn't hear anything, why'd you start it?
You saw us just standing there.
Yeah, we were like, we put down the thing.
Fuck it, let's go.
He didn't even grab ammo. He's just jumped straight in it.
I'm pretty sure we both were sitting on chairs at that point, looking at each other with
we had
an
pulled up the chair. Yeah. We sat down. We were discussing
in menus and stuff. Then he just started it.
That's fucking awesome.
Damn it.
The image of him just walking past us. Walking, not running. Walking past us and just start.
It's like he went for the...
Like a cat with just something on something on a counter, and it's just looking at you. And it just... What are you going to do about it?
I am Groot. Don't press the button!
Yeah. Oh my God. But yeah, so honestly guys, if you guys haven't gotten to Destiny 2, I highly recommend it. It's free to play.
Free.
Yeah, it is a free game.
It costs you nothing but your time, but they will take a lot of your time.
Yes, if you get hooked, you're in for the long haul, to be honest.
I am going to really quick check because I'm going to get hours.
How many hours you use? Oh my God! Let me look that up.
I believe it's on my Xbox
should
app.
Be
and
which this won't be accurate because I've also played a lot on the PC.
I have it on PC. I haven't really done a whole lot just because I'm kind of garbage at mouse and keyboard.
He just refuses to learn.
Connect your Xbox controller to your PC.
That's what I told him.
That's the way I play it.
Like that, Sea of Thieves,
everything. Whole new world when you can do that.
Oh, Josh was on an hour ago playing Destiny.
Oh, was he?
Yeah. Interesting.
Let's see. I can't see.
Where do you go to check this?
I can't see my time.
I want to say it's in
your profile.
My library games.
I went to the game and it said launch on Xbox.
Turn on my Xbox from here.
Mm-hmm. Yep. It's the best.
Ace Combat 7. Oh, dear Lord.
Ace Combat 7.
Yeah.
I have 400 games, y'all.
I have 418.
Jesus. Thank you, Xbox Gold.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Games Gold. What is it? Games Gold and
Game Pass.
Access.
Game Pass.
Why the fuck?
I want this so bad, but it is up there. I can tell you that much. It is.
Yeah, I have hours in Destiny 2, like a lot of hours, and I can only imagine how many hours you have in there.
Yeah, the unemployment tends to do that to you.
Oh, Chris, yours is inflated though.
Yeah, changes nothing. Changes absolutely nothing.
Oh well, I'll come back to that. I'll get the exact number.
Yeah, we'll throw it on Twitter or something. But yeah, honestly, you guys should go check it out. It's free to play on PlayStation 4, PC, and Xbox.
Don't forget the Stadia.
Oh yeah, and Stadia if you have Stadia.
RIP Stadia.
You know,
they're going under right now.
Oh, are they?
Yeah, they're kind of imploding at the moment, but it's fine. If you still got a Stadia, then you can.
Great idea. Bad execution.
Yes.
A little ahead of their time.
Kind of like Destiny.
Yeah. Yeah, see, it all comes back around. But before we go, Do you guys have any television or movies or games that you recommend other than Destiny 2?
The Expanse.
The Expanse, again, Chris's go-to. Season 5?
Yeah, Season 5.
Amazon Prime.
We're on like episode 7 or something right now. It's super exciting.
I have a game, actually, and I got it yesterday or the day before. It's called Spiritfarer.
Spiritfarer. I've seen that in my Game Pass.
Oh.
It's kind of sitting there.
Yeah, it's just basically you take the job of somebody who helps spirits move on in the afterlife. So you have like this big old boat, and of course you have to take care of them. Obviously, like some of them will have like their favorite foods and all that, and you can hug them too, which is adorable.
Oh, that's fantastic!
And you have like a little cat, and that's part of your Spiritfarer too, so you can just like play with the cat as well.
That's cool. That's one thing I've noticed. A lot of games are adding animals, like petable animals, to games.
Deep Rock Galactic.
That's what I'm going to say.
You can pet the loot bugs.
You can pet the loot bugs.
I need to download that.
Absolutely.
What's it called?
Rock and Stone.
What's it called?
Deep Stone Galactic.
Rock and Rollin' Stone.
Rock and Rollin' Stone?
It's called Deep Rock Galactic.
Deep Rock Galactic.
DRG.
Okay.
Fantastic video game.
I'll make sure to download
That's another
that.
one on my list of things to do.
Yeah, all the listings.
It's super small. Stop making excuses.
I have to buy it first. Is what
I have a recommendation for people to watch. I haven't watched it yet, but on Prime Video, Lupin the Third, the new animated movie, it's out on Prime Video.
Such a weird way to say The Expanse Season 5. I'm just kidding.
on Prime Video.
God. I have seen little clips of that, and I knew of Lupin's existence beforehand. It's a classic.
Oh, classic anime.
It's been on my to-watch list for ages now.
By classic, I mean it came out in 1971.
Yes. Like
Bona fide
classic.
It is
certified hood classic.
Oh, yeah.
And it's been on my watch list forever, and then I see this new, beautifully animated.
Oh, yeah. The animation is
fantastic.
Gorgeous.
And so, where did you say it was again?
It's on Amazon Prime.
Amazon Prime?
Yeah, Prime Video. So go check that out. And if you guys haven't seen the animated anime, you guys can check it out on Amazon Prime as well. It's super fucking dope.
Watch Fire Force. It's a really good anime.
That's the superhero firefighters.
Firefighters with fire powers to kill fire demon things.
Irony.
Yeah, they're literally firefighters. They fight fires.
Well, I'm just
They fight.
No, I know. I'm saying the irony of the fact that they have fire powers to fight
fires.
I just find it ironic.
To fight demon fires.
You gotta fight fire with fire.
It's anime. There's no logic to it.
Mutually assured destruction.
And that's how we lost an entire city.
No, they're usually really good about it.
It's a joke, Chris.
Javi, do you have any recommendations other than the Destiny? If not, that's cool too.
Do I stan Dead by Daylight?
Oh no!
I mean,
I am a killer man with thousands of hours.
Dead by Daylight's super fun. I know for Halloween this year we tried so hard to stream it, but for some reason my fucking computer ate shit.
Yeah, I remember that.
It's another one of those games that, again, if you jump into it right now, it has a different problem than Destiny. Its problem being that if you're jumping into somebody brand new, you don't really have access to a whole lot of...
You're boned. The perks?
Yeah, the perks, the little things that you need to really accentuate your gameplay. That, plus the people who are playing now tend to be the people who have been playing, i.e. myself, and will grind your face into the dirt because it makes them feel good.
That just sounds like Titanfall.
Yeah.
True.
I mean, thankfully, like, at least with Dead by Daylight, the learning curve isn't too tough. It's essentially just, like, as soon as you figure out how to escape, like, how to get away from the killer, that's the biggest thing.
It's a hilarious point because it's all about, for me, if you want to get better at it, you kind of have to face your fears.
Oh, yeah.
The moment you stop being afraid of the game is when you start getting better at it.
Yes.
Like that with Phasmophobia. That game does not scare me.
It doesn't scare anymore. You go in with the efficiency. You start scanning around for temperatures. And
nope, I'm still afraid.
You're still afraid
I'm still afraid. I am I'm level like
then.
190 something. I'm still afraid to do
like
solo runs.
70.
Like there's something about it, man. Like it's just actually I was looking it up because I've always wondered what the fuck it is. There is, and I'm pretty sure I have this phobia. It is a phobia of sudden loud noises. It's a actual medical thing. I can't remember what it's called. I'll have to look it up some other time. But I think I suffer from it. because I'm perfectly fine when there's like a lead up or when there's like a flash image.
Immediate.
It's the immediate loud noise that frightens the living shit out of me. And I think that's the reason why that game gets me so much. It's because it's like suddenly you hear like in your ear.
Yeah, the whooshing in your ears.
Yeah.
Which is hilarious because I've seen videos, I've seen people, I've seen from you even. when that happens or a spook happens, there's a lot of screaming.
Yeah.
There's screaming. For me, you've heard it. When I get a whisper in my ear, I'm like, okay.
Okay.
All right, I got a whisper in my ear. This is what happened. We're in this room right here. Temperature is this, that. We are looking for fingerprints and kind of like detailing.
Writing it down.
Yeah, I am.
You're like, what else you got for me,
That's
Ghost?
honestly my favorite thing with spirit boxes too. When you walk into a room, you're like, where are you? Here. Okay. Like, just eat it and then just walk out the room. You're like, hey, we got spirit box.
Yeah, Faz is a fun game too. There's so much content for people to enjoy. So I really thank you guys if you've taken your time to enjoy our content, our podcast. But that's going to be the end of this episode.
Yeah.
We are coming up almost on 2 hours.
Jesus Christ.
So, yeah, it's been a fun conversation. But I want to thank Javier for joining us for this episode. Don't forget to check out Destiny. Make sure to go on our website and check out Tales of Yoyos Beginnings, as well as Tucson by Night, our Vampire the Masquerade audio drama. We'll be back next week for a new episode, and we'll see you guys then. See ya.
Yep. See ya.